Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well this morning. I've got my pork in the oven, baking slow. Um, I've already fed the stray cat. Well, not the stray cat, the misplaced cat. It's not a stray. It's someone's pet that someone trapped and then stuck out here to die. I haven't seen that second one. I don't know if it got damaged from Solomon or not. So I don't know. I haven't seen the second one in a while. Okay. Sometime either today or tomorrow, I am going to do a budget video on groceries by looking at the ad. So what you're going to do is you're going to be seeing the Kroger ad or the JC ad, whichever one I pull up. We're going to look for how to budget a weekly shop. So that way you have meals for the week. And then if it allows to have a little bit to put in your pantry in order to work from. So I'm going to kind of go through that today. Now, if you go way back in my videos, I used to do budget videos quite a bit, but the times have changed since then. Now, that's been, what, 5 years ago, 7 years ago? So things have changed. I hope that you learn a little bit about how to shop the way I do. Now, it's just my husband and I, so I don't have to do a meal plan. I'm not working right now, so I don't have to make certain that I have meals cooked before I go to work or have a meal that I can prepare really quickly after work. So right now it's just kind of like, okay, what's on sale, what's reduced, what's going on. We just make a meal from that. But things have changed. So I want to do a really good meal planning budget kind of video. It's going to probably be a longer video just because there's so many steps that you can take to really hone in on a weekly budget. And I do recommend a weekly budget because you're going to find the sales each week change, except for the events. The events stay the same, but knowing the events, then you can say, okay, well, then I'll get that next week and we'll do this next week because you know what's on the buy 5 or more, save $1, or the buy 3, save 2, which is on right now. So we might do that video today or tomorrow. I do plan on doing it because I think it's really important to know that. Okay. But today, right now, I want to talk about something very, very disturbing. We have a homeless problem. It could be because people can't afford the rent. Maybe they're living in their car. Maybe they're veterans and they're suffering from mental or, some sort of drug issue. There are people that are elders living out. There are very young children that live out on the streets. Maybe they ran away. Maybe they ran away from a bad home. Maybe they don't know how to get to programs. But something very disturbing was said on Fox News by Brian, what is his name? Kilmeade? I don't know. He's a real piece of shit. He just said, involuntary lethal injections for the homeless. I think the man should be fired. I think that. I think the man should be fired for saying such a thing. Say what you want to outside, but when you say something on air, it's recorded. When you post a post, it's there forever. You can't delete stuff. And this man should be held accountable for what he just said. That's horrible. That's absolutely a horrible thing to say, that they should be involuntary lethal injections. Now, I thought that he said voluntary. I didn't go back and listen to it again, but I did go back and research what the quote was on Fox News. I'm going to tell you something. I think they are trying to cull the herd. I do. They're taking away programs that feed people who work hard every week, that maybe just need a little bit of help through a food pantry or the SNAP program. Um, Disabled veterans, our elderly, you know, Meals on Wheels is a great program, and that has been cut. They've cut the programs that help fund food pantries. They've cut the farmers who assist in feeding the poor and those in other nations. So those farmers are losing their farms. They don't have that subsidy of growing food for other people. There are businesses that take the food that are grown from the farmers and they produce food, package it like nutrition bars. They dehydrate the potatoes. They make dehydrated milk products. And those companies, are they going on now? So they're wanting to cull the herd, and I honestly believe this. Maybe it's a little odd to say that, but involuntary lethal injections for people who may be suffering from mental health issues, maybe PTSD from being in the military. Maybe it's a woman who was domestically abused and she's living out on the streets because she had to run for her life. Children running from abusive homes. Um, Teenagers tend to be the ones who run away from home and live on the streets, and then they get tangled up in drugs. So I was appalled, and I would have punched him right square in the mouth if I had been sitting on that. If I had been that woman sitting on that couch on Fox News, I would have got up and I would have punched that SOB in the mouth for saying such a horrendous thing about human beings. And this is what I'm talking about: treating people less than humans, like our immigrants or brown skinned people, um, you know, detaining them, shipping them off to other countries without due process, unconstitutional behavior. Now they're talking about lethal injections, taking food away from children, taking food away from our elderly, taking food away from our disabled, people that actually work and pay taxes. Well, here's where your tax money is going right now. Okay, so the building of Alligator Alcatraz, $245 million to build that. It will be $450 million yearly to keep it up. And they built it in less than 2 weeks. Why couldn't they make homeless shelters that could possibly, kind of divide up who's what? Are you drug dependent? Are you just in a bad situation? Do you have mental issues? And work with our U.S. citizens, not talk about lethal injections. I, I, I swear I would have punched him right square in the mouth, and I probably would. He's a shifty-eyed little turd anyway. So not only did they build Alcatraz, that's $245 million, but they're building a ballroom for the oligarchies to have a place to sit. They ruined the Rose Garden and call it the Rose Garden Club. We have to pay for a jet to be reconfigured to be US whatever one, for Trump, and he can take it when he leaves. So we are building this, or we are reconfiguring, and for Trump. And how many $1 million is that going to cost? So he told you that the economy was in a bad situation, which we were not. And he knows this because he even said that we have the strongest economy in the world. Well, not now. Not now. Our economy is not stable due to the tariffs, due to allowing companies to charge whatever they want to. But everyone's getting wealthy off of the taxpayer money. Yeah. We fund these wealthy investors into this presidential candidacy. They funded Trump to win, and now they are making so much money. Trump is making so much money that he shouldn't be making as the president of the United States. It's wrong. He's still grifting. He's still asking for donations from his supporters. For what? For what? I don't understand how anyone could talk about lethal injections for people that are hurting, that people that need to be helped. They've cut programs. But they built this big old concentration camp, which is going to cost $450 million a year to keep running. They built it in less than 2 weeks. You mean to tell me you can't build shelters? He wants to destroy our parks for minerals and lumber. But there's no solutions except for lethal injections. You tell me how, okay, how this works. Because if you're spending that much money, but you don't have enough money to put towards helping with solutions, not death. Of course, then you have vaccination issues. Children are going to die. The elderly are going to die. People are going to die without vaccinations. Fact, period. If you are not, I mean, even if you're not worried about uh, even if you're not worried about them, even if you do nothing to help them yourself, you think that's the appropriate response to homeless people? And then the one guy said, well, some of them won't take the help. Well, that's when he piped up and says, well, involuntary lethal injections. Who in their right mind is going to say, sure, sign me up, just put me to sleep? You know, stray dogs do have shelters that do not kill. There are no kill shelters. So once again, you're treating humans less than animals. And okay with it. People should be outraged. People should call for this man to be fired. Just, it's ridiculous. I'm so upset over it. You know, America First is making America the weakest and the last. That's a fact. You know, we're still supporting Israel, who is destroying Gaza, killing people, humans, babies, children, elderly, women, men, letting them starve, blowing up their hospitals. There's a lot of war criminality going on right now. And human beings are just thrown away, murdered, killed. For what? Power. For power. Your tax money is going to the most insane things, and then they're taking it from those who need it. I would much rather my tax money go to help people eat and survive than to build a ballroom on the White House so that the rich and fancy can go there and eat. I'll never be invited. You'll never be invited. We will never go to the White House to enjoy the Rose Garden Club. It's a club. He's building a Mar-a-Lago in our White House, the people's house. We support that. with financial tax money. I mean, okay, let's go back. I, I, I don't understand how you all are okay with this. Culling the herd in every way we can. Getting rid of the immigrants and migrants. Killing off the homeless. Not feeding those who need a little help. Maybe a little help one week, but they're fine the next week because one bill came in that they couldn't buy groceries. They have to pay their bills. And that's part of budgeting. You pay your bills, what's left? And then you divide up what's left into what you need to live weekly. Gasoline, groceries. Maybe you need a pack of toilet paper that week. Donald Trump has never wanted for anything other than to keep his ass out of trouble because he is a criminal. And he doesn't care about you. And our tax money is making Elon Musk one of the, well, the wealthiest man in the world with tax subsidies. Our money. It's amazing. And it's amazing that MAGA can't see this. It's all about calling lefties stupid and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Get over yourselves and you need to shake it up. You need to get this through your head that this man does not care about even you. He's still begging you for money and emails. He wants you to accept the fact that, oh, we need a ballroom on the White House. Oh, we needed to take the rose garden out so that we can have a club. Are you going to be able to enjoy the club? Are you part of the club? No, you're funding the club. And I do call for Brian Kilmeade to either make a public announcement of apology, which that wouldn't make any difference anyway because that's what he thinks. But he needs to be fired. Off the air. Get him out of here. So that's about it. Y'all enjoy your day. And hopefully later this afternoon I can get that video going. It will be a lengthy one, but I think it will be informative on how to budget weekly and look through your ads to find out the best deals for the week. Bye, y'all. Hugs from a distance. Stay strong. Be careful. Head on a swivel. And understand that according to MAGA, if you're a liberal, if you are a progressive Democrat, you are the enemy from within. Have a great day. Bye, y'all.